I haven't seen anybody out there all day, not a single boat. It's complete and pure survival on the island. Trying to find my own water, my own food. It's either that or die. That's the real story of survival on a tropical island. You can't get off.
The island of Frigate, an uninhabited tropical island that rests deep in the heart of the Caribbean Sea, not far from Grenada. Discovered by Columbus in 1498, the island has remained untouched by civilization for centuries, largely due to the fierce waves that pummel its rocky shoreline. Survival on a tropical island is not always what it seems. In a unique way, an island represents a strange form of entrapment. I can walk across this island in less than an hour. The birds can leave whenever they want, but nothing and no one else can.
Survival on a tropical island. That likely conjures up images of palm trees and sandy beaches and drinking lots of coconut water. The reality is that pirates used to maroon people on tropical islands to die. They'd give them a bottle of rum, a gun, and one bullet. One bullet, well, that was to use on themselves before they went mad or died of dehydration and starvation. You see, tropical islands are not always as ideal, pretty, and as easy as living on Gilligan's Island. What happens when the palm trees are replaced with cactus and the water that you can drink is stagnant pools? How do you survive that tropical island? There they go. My faithful team leaves me here, marooned and alone, for the next 5 days.
They've left me here with a raft for safety, but the deadly ocean currents that hit this island make the raft all but useless.
There's about another hour before the sun sets. I'm just gonna sleep here on these rocks, hope that it doesn't rain. Before I do that, I'm gonna scrounge around, see what I can find. There's always something on the edge of the ocean, no matter how pristine or how remote of a place you are in, you will find flotsam stuff that comes up. Now, check out what I've got here. Half a bottle of water, which in an hour or two will be an empty bottle of water. I think I got a rain jacket there, and then I got this pot. Got a belt knife as well. And then this. They call it a cutlass. Now that's a machete. That's all I've got to survive. Let's see what I can find around these rocks.
And just like that, in only a matter of seconds, I've figured out what I have within my zone of assessment number 1, my personal belongings and my body. So the next step is zone number 2, my immediate surroundings. In this case, it's the raft that the crew left behind.
Look at this. Well, there's always stuff, right? Water bottle. And I got an old lighter. I don't know if that's water or fluid in it, but you can see it's been there a while. There's the rust stain. If this works, I'm gonna be smiling. Hey! All right. So that's fluid. Oh, that's fantastic. Somebody's smiling down upon me right now.
If I don't look beyond my circumstances, I never know what advantages may exist to help me through a survival ordeal.
Oh. I see something right there. Fishing line. Hang on. That's a hook. I see the hook. I've walked only 100 yards, not even that maybe. and I've got myself fishing line, ouch, and a hook. And I even found a lighter that works. I'm not gonna have any time to fish right now. And besides that, I've got to catch some bait. Anyway, the fish aren't just gonna jump on a hook. I did feel raindrops. I see some major rain coming. This is not gonna be pretty. I got nowhere to hide. I'm gonna light this fire now before it does start raining bad. I can't believe I found a lighter. That's just amazing. Yep, beautiful. Oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. I usually fail at a fire, but I need that blade. It shows you. I've lit thousands of fires. I should know better. But I was counting on all the dry grass and dry wood to just take off on me. Turns out all this dry wood is hardwood. All right, let's try this again. And this time, environmentally horrible scenario of burning some of this rubber and plastic that I found. That means I can get this fire going, then I'm gonna use it. Instead of using the lighter, I see I've got some wood here that's smoldering really nicely.
Thanks to years of experience, my self-confidence will often betray me, and still to this day cause me to treat something as vital as fire a little too casually. Yet the importance of this fire is as strong as it is for any survival situation.
All right, fine. Let's try some rubber. Just ripping apart a rubber shoe here. It's pretty bad for the environment, burning plastic and rubber, but if it gets my fire going in a situation like this, where it's all about survival, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Whew. I feel kind of stupid trying to start that fire so hastily. But now it's going.
Whether in the desert, the Arctic, or on a tropical island, the need for fire will always remain my greatest concern. It's one of the most important ways to bring about comfort in a place where comfort is hard to find.
It's so hot here, I'm still sweating. I don't need the fire for heat, that's for sure. But it sure is nice for comfort. I sure hope that water doesn't come up any higher. It's making me nervous. This is the rainy season. Well, that's actually an understatement because it's also the hurricane season. Hurricane Ivan devastated this whole region. Grenada is a powerfully beautiful place. Beautiful, but for me, alone out here right now, I still have to be careful. Left alone again. This time on an island. And try and get some sleep. It's not gonna be easy sleeping on a rock. I'm still sweating at this point. You know, there aren't too many experiences that are as powerful and beautiful as sleeping out under the stars by the ocean. If you can't survive the psychology and the emotions, it doesn't matter how many fish you catch or how many fires you get going. You'll still perish. And here comes the rain. I got nowhere to hide here. I'm literally just standing up in the dark. Fire's sort of smoldering. All right, I found a place to sit. It's on the tree that had all the biting ants crawling on it earlier. Ow! When weather wants to mess with you, there's nothing you can do. Survival is all about either dealing with the weather, preparing for the weather. If you're not dealing with it, you better be preparing for it. I was not prepared for this. That's gonna be a long night. Gotta wait it out.
Starting a fire was easy after finding the lighter. Keeping it going will be another story during this rainy season. Fresh water, however, is another matter.
Now, this is how I spent the night last night. It's not going to help me out here. I can't get across the strong ocean currents to get to the mainland anyway. I do have this life straw here for drinking water. I want to try it out, but it's not going to help me for salt water. Check this out. I put the cup at the back of the dinghy to collect rainwater. Look how much I got. So that's a huge bonus, using this as a bit of a rain catch to give me some drinking water. The fire's still smoldering at least. That's a good sign. Throw another hunk of wood on it. Hopefully the rain will hold off and I can scavenge for some food.
25 years of survival, and finally, this is the first time I've been around cactus while they were actually bearing fruit.
Oh, I caught it. When cactus fruit is ripe and ready, it is good. Oh yeah, this is good. I'll watch for more of these. Should be a good boost of energy. I found some garbage, some plastic, these black garbage bags. And I set them up so I could catch more rainwater. And this prickly pear, you don't get a lot out of these guys, but what you get helps. Here we go.
Not my favorite of wild edibles, yet there are a lot of them on this island.
Not bad.
Prickly pear cactus was actually once used as a food crop for many desert dwellers. But I'm on the edge of the ocean, and that means possibly fish.
There's a lot of line here. Definitely enough to cast out there, but I'm gonna have to untangle it, and I want to get it around this bottle. This is not the easiest shore to fish from, so it's gonna be mostly throw it out, let it sink to the bottom, and hope for the best.
Usually a tangled mess, the fishing line I find on islands is also often too weak to use. It snaps with an easy pull. But sometimes I get lucky, and it's still strong enough to use. The trick will be getting the hook and bait out far enough to catch a fish.
Well, no sinkers around, so I'm gonna try using this little piece of shell because it's got a natural hole for me. It's a bit heavy. Maybe it'll help to get the line out there far. Hook, line, and sinker. Ha-ha! You didn't expect that. A whelk. That's nice. That's great, great bait for fishing. Or I can eat it. And I'm gonna try for bait first. Oh yeah, I see a bunch more too. This is great news.
A lot of times what I might find for bait, I can always consider as food for myself as well, if I'm unlucky with the fishing.
There we go. Something biting on the other end already. I felt the line go tight. Something's biting, something's biting. I got something, I got something. Woo-hoo! That's a little ocean perch. Oh, yeah. Look at that. All right. I'm calling that lunch. And there's still bait here. I'm gonna toss this line back out while I'm still here and see. Forget the whelks. We're eating fish today.
What a great way to start. So I know now that I can access a quick food source close by. And that's a huge psychological boost, but it'll be a short-lived one.
Unbelievable. And all of this here would be excellent bait. I say would be because on the last cast, I lost the hook. So this is it for fishing. Just in case, I'll leave it over here. You never know. If it was absolute dire straits, I would just eat the fish raw. You get more nutrients that way. Survival also comes down to psychology, and you want to feel good. So I'm putting my balance on the side of good, strong psychological survival over the sensationalism of just eating a raw fish and making it look cool. Now that's survival. Sooner or later, I got to go up and over and through the cactus and see what's on the other side there.
I never wait when it comes to gathering food or water in a survival situation. Searching out shelter and food, water and fire sources should happen often and be considered constantly. These basic necessities of survival can run out quickly.
Gotta make sure I don't slip my foot into a sea urchin. There's a few of them around here.
Regardless of the fish that I've just caught, the reality is I've also lost the hook.
Nice.
So that may very well be the last fish I eat, and the whelks here are plentiful.
Well, I'm hearing an awful lot of big thunder rumbling behind me. So I want to cook these up right now. All I have to do is put them right on the fire. Well, I was told that they scream when you cook them.
I've lost the one hook that I had found. This is the edge of the ocean, however, and in a strange way, whatever floats in on the ocean waves make it a potential land of plenty. Yet either way, I'm still very isolated, though I'm technically a short boat ride from safety.
I haven't seen anybody out there all day, not a single boat. So I could scream as loud as I want, light the biggest fire, hit the most smoke. It doesn't matter. I'm still stranded here. And without rescue is complete and pure survival on the island.
Well, that's not bad at all. That's good. Oh, this guy here. That's even better. Lots of them. Very edible. You know, what I haven't done yet at all, and I really should have, is my zone of assessment check. And that's where, in any survival situation, it's really important to just take a break, calm down, and check all of your zones. Basically do an assessment of your zones. And the first zone of assessment is your body, your physical nature. Am I injured? Am I hurt? What have I got in my pockets? You know, okay, so I know I have, you know, a knife, and I know I have this type of clothing or hiking boots or whatever. The second zone of assessment is immediately close to me. So what do I have around me? So I've got the rubber dinghy, machete, you know, a raincoat. I've got surf gear. I've got plastic bottles around here. There's some tin cans, wire. I can find wire. I found fishing line. So it's looking around. This zone of assessment is sort of within the first sort of 100 yards or so. And then the third zone of assessment to check is beyond, further afield. What is there much farther away? And I have not checked that zone yet. I've been all around zones of assessment. Number 1, my body. Number 2, immediate first 100 yards or so. And now I've got to get up and check out number 3 and see what's beyond this. Those whelks are really tasty. All right, I'm gonna climb up through here now and check out the rest of the island. It looks to be a bit of a pathway here.
Now it's time to check out zone number 3. What lay further beyond my immediate area?
Wow, this is amazing. It opens right up. What a difference. Well, this is obviously incredibly different from where I've been. Just huddled down on the rocks on the shoreline on the lee side. A lot of birds, and they're all in the grass. It's gonna be a good chance to maybe look for eggs. If I'm lucky, maybe there's some water, fresh water. I gotta do some exploring. There's gotta be nests around here. With this many birds all getting upset. Gotta be eggs around here. Gotta be. Or little chicks.
This is a major score. They call them mariquai. I call them lunch and dinner. This is a big one. The problem with these guys is that the only way in is taking a strong blade and jabbing in through there and trying really hard to get in there. It's extremely hard. And it's a tough go. Now with a snapping turtle, you can dangle something in front and he'll jump out and bite it, and you can grab the head and cut the head off, because he'll actually hold on to a stick and you can kind of pull his head out a little bit. But not so with these guys. What I'd end up having to do is putting him down and hacking right here. And the whole time that I'm doing this, the turtle's alive. So it's a good half hour or longer of hacking away, mutilating this poor turtle before I finally get a chance to actually cut his head off and kill him. Nasty business eating a turtle. You're lucky, because I've already had some fish and some whelks.
If I don't see anything else by tomorrow to eat, turtle soup.
There is zero fresh running water on this island. Only a feces-filled rain puddle is available to me.
That water is only drinkable because I have this life straw, or if I were to boil it. But drinking it straight, and I'm likely to kill myself. I can't imagine what's in that pool of water with the dead birds and turtle feces. With the straw or with boiling it, I can drink it. And that's great, because now I don't have to rely on rainwater. When the rainwater comes, it'll be a bonus.
Not since my time in the Australian outback or South Africa have I had such a repulsive source of drinking water. It'll be the life straw that makes a big difference for me here.
They're dive bombing me. Really, they want to keep me away from their chicks, that's for sure. And that was the end of Survivorman. They found him with his eyes pecked out in the middle of the island.
Though the island should be left alone to continue as a biologically unique area, as a bird and turtle breeding colony, locals will still sneak onto it to take eggs and turtles, and even shoot a small group of goats that were put here for that purpose. Grenada itself could be a World Heritage Site due to the still pure nature that exists here, and this island in particular could be a shining example of natural beauty, especially if they remove the goats.
At least I know I'll stay dry here. It's a long night when your pillow is a rock.
Beautiful vistas aside, survival on an island is still no walk in the park.
This is how I ended up last night, crawling under this dinghy. It came on to just pour down. Probably about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, it started raining hard. I tell you, survival is such a roller coaster affair. Super high highs, super low lows, physically, in terms of sustenance, and definitely mentally and emotionally. Well, let's see if I got some rainwater. Oh, yeah. Advantages and disadvantages when it comes to the weather. Say, well, it's cloudy and it's rainy and I gotta hide from the rain. That's very true. I'm collecting rainwater, and that's a lot better than drinking out of that sludgy puddle. I'll take the rain. I'll take the clouds right now. Well,
Since I have the cloud cover, I can go hunt for some bird eggs.
Even if I find only one or two, finding eggs would be a huge boost.
It's in these little holes right here. Look for all the little spots where the grass just kind of is blown over and you see maybe an opening on one side. Like, look at this right here. Fresh turtle poop. And right beside this little eggshell. I'm gonna look all around this area and see if I can find some eggs of my own. Have a real breakfast. Oh, look at that right there. A pair of chicks, which I could eat, but they're hatched, so I'll leave them be.
There's nothing on those little chicks, but if the timing was right, I could find plump chicks. The reality is that finding them with little more than a teaspoon of meat on their tiny bones is unlikely. Hardly worth the lost calories looking for them or chasing them down.
There's a nice little sheltered cove over there. That's beautiful. I think I found my new home. See how it is for shelter. Certainly big on comfort. Nothing like a sand beach. This is a beautiful little spot. It's better than the other side.
As always, after just a few hours of exploring, I've discovered a way to make my circumstances much better.
A few ants, but they'll settle down at night, I think, I hope. Oh, God, it feels good on the back. Nice view, too. Just beautiful. I think I'm gonna have a daytime nap. It's tough sleeping at night. Not much at all, really.
Getting sufficient sleep remains vital to keeping a clear mind for survival.
Where I'm staying right now, I haven't seen any birds coming over here at all. I'm gonna hope that it's not gone bad, but it seems like it's actually abandoned because nothing's been around it. Try and cook it up.
Now that was relatively easy. One single egg hiding under a log. I didn't even have to go looking for it. But finding it without any adults protecting it seems suspicious to me. Still, it's worth a taste test. If it's fresh, it could be delicious.
Come on, baby, burn. All right, I'll let that catch and get ready to cook an egg.
Not only did I find this one egg, but also some wire and a couple of other surprises all around this shoreline.
That'll work. Oh, God. I think that might have been a waste. I think this was simply a bad egg. Maybe it was a dead egg. Maybe that's why it was left there. Oh. You know what? I eat that. I run the risk of making myself horribly sick because that doesn't smell. It looks good, but it smells horribly bad. The good news is that while I was trying to find some wire for tying up this tripod, I actually found more fishing line, lots of it, and hooks and sinkers. So I'm gonna get out and try some fishing in this section here. I think I can walk right out into the shallows here and try fishing. No whelks, but I've got a handful of snails I'll try out on the hook.
The area here is not as rocky and perhaps not as fruitful as the other side of the island.
That's the toughest part. I gotta find some more bait.
I don't really want to have to give up too soon on looking for some good eggs, or even some plump chicks. They should be an easy catch.
What I'm looking for is an actual live chick, big plump one that I can grab and eat. I think what's happened is I'm about a week too late. Most of the chicks, they're up on their feet now, and I always watch them scurry off into the rocks there. I'd have to run, throw a rock. I'm not saying that's not possible, but in fact, I'm gonna go look over there and see. This is highly unlikely, but it can't hurt to give it a try. Well, now I know. It's entirely possible. But this guy, he feels like skin and bones. There's nothing to him. So I can either run and catch a whole bunch more of these, or go pick up a turtle at ease. I've upset these guys and this little guy enough. Gonna let him go. And off he goes. He'll be all right. Why not eat the little chick? Well, too scrawny really to make a meal. I would have had to have caught another dozen or so to get a good solid meal out of it. There were 20 or 30 running around, but the amount of energy spent to get that small meal would be a little excessive, actually. Whereas these guys, well, they're all over the island. Basically, it's a grocery store of turtles, walking along, nice and slow, always out in the open. And instead of running to try and catch my meal, I can walk along, pick one of these up, lunch and dinner. So I've had prickly pear, lots of it, an egg, I know where there's some more eggs, and I'm gonna try for some more fish today. Tomorrow, you are dinner. Today, you live.
As good as he may have looked, there was nothing to him. Maybe a teaspoon of meat and a few crunchy little bones. I would need at least 8 of those to make a meal worth eating, and by then, I would have burned off twice as many calories as I would have gained. And that's not smart survival hunting. Not when hundreds of turtles are an easy pickup, as soon as my body tells me I need more food. Well, what's more important to me right now is water. Dehydration will shut me down quick if I don't keep drinking.
That's foul-tasting stuff. But at least I know it's clean. It's the only way I can stay hydrated. Otherwise, I'm dehydrating pretty quick. I'm gonna create an impression in the sand and line it with some plastic. If it rains tonight, hopefully get more rainwater I can drink.
One small trick is to not eat too much. The more food I eat, the more water I need for digestion. And this is not a land flowing with milk and honey. Just one stagnant pool of rainwater, filled with feces and dead birds.
I got this crab here. I can eat him, but I want him for bait. That's looking like fish bait to me.
Yeah, oh yeah, holy crap. It's a big one. Come on, baby. Stay on the line.
Come on.
Oh, yeah! I had a good feeling about that all along. Look at that, baby. That's dinner. Oh, yeah. I'm getting repaid. The gods are repaying me for letting that little chick go. I couldn't believe it. That was freaky being in the water and having him on the line. He fought well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby, you are dinner. Yes, indeed.
With such little water to drink, I'll have to be careful I don't eat too much. But this kind of a meal is an incredible psychological boost, and I'm not going to forego it. Searching for firewood on this shore reveals more than I really want to see, as it does on every ocean shoreline around this planet.
Oh, I figured this is just really, really good karma. Let the little guy go and rewarded with a fish dinner. Oh, I can guarantee this tastes a lot better than that little bird. A lot of times in a survival situation, you need to consider where all sources for sustenance are. The turtles are here anytime I want them. Easy pickings. The prickly pear cactus. Easy pickings. But as long as I can catch fish like this, I can leave the turtles where they are, I can leave the chicks where they are, and eat my fish and my prickly pear and get a lot of my main nutrients. I'm going to keep eating. Turn the cameras off. I can almost guarantee that I will not sleep tonight because now I'm going to have way too much energy rushing through my body, but it was time to eat. Wow. There's a major fish thing going on out right in front of me. This has got to be a good little bay for catching fish. Ants. Why does it always have to be ants?
Across the channel from my island lay safety and people, but the currents here are deadly and they take lives. And so I remain isolated and alone within view of salvation, and that's classic island survival.
Last night's the first night it hasn't rained, so I actually got a little bit of sleep. Early in the morning and already that sun, well, I can start to feel its heat. It's gonna be intense today. I can feel that coming. Before that happens, I'm gonna get out and explore along the outer zone out there, just to see what else I can find. Boy, under the tropical sun, it's not a good place to be when heat stroke could mean your life.
Well, they certainly don't make it difficult. This fella's coming walking right into camp. That's a big turtle. Anyway, too big for my needs. I can get a smaller one, it'll be just fine.
With abundance like this, I can afford the time and calories to search for eggs. I've had bad luck eating turtles, having suffered through some pretty horrible parasites, and though these ones may be just fine and without issue, they're still on my easy last resort list. The turtles aren't going anywhere fast in any event.
As soon as they start swooping down at my head, I figure I must be getting close to something.
So it's back to the egg hunt.
Ow! Oh, that hurt. Cactus and shorts don't go together. Ouch. Hey, 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 there we go. Awesome, check this out. Two eggs. Sounds solid. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll do the more environmentally friendly thing, and I'll leave one egg behind. I know where it is. And I'll go eat this one. That's a nice sized egg.
Once again, it's the proactive survival that has served me well. If I don't look around and I just sit and wait to be rescued, I can wither away and die. But spending the time exploring has brought me fish, water, cactus, turtles, and best of all, an egg meal.
This doesn't look good. It looks like it was a bit far along. Well, that looks and kind of smells disgusting, actually. There's the chick. Well, crazy thing is, it's all edible. I've never eaten an egg this far gone before. Well, let's start with the egg white, shall we? Oh, that's actually good. Wow. All right. Now let's try the chick. It's not bad. This is going down a lot better than I thought it was going to. I'm going to add in the shell. There's calcium in this shell. Well, there's more where that came from.
Once again, in a strange twist of how survival works, I've had the boost of eating an egg, but I've made my need for water much stronger by putting food in my stomach.
Well, that'll help anyway. Anything else I can do to catch some rain if it does rain tonight beats going over and drinking out of the sludge puddle. 3-4 inches of water, and I've got a good cool drink. Just to be safe, I'm gonna make a little bit of a rain shelter here. In case it does come on to rain tonight, I don't have to go running to the other location through the cactus in the dark.
This is the rainy season, and I have to remain vigilant at protecting myself from the elements.
It's not watertight by any stretch. It'll help to shed most of the rain. I'll tuck you in here with my raincoat on in case I get any more downpours like I did the first couple of nights. It's always very humbling when you do well in survival. It's humbling because just about anything could go wrong in a survival situation, and usually does. I'm always asked, what's the toughest place to survive? And the answer is always the same. It comes down to temperature. Give me heat or moderate temperatures, and I'll get by. Drop it below freezing, and survival becomes quite the struggle. Surprising that on a tropical island that's covered in cactus, no palm trees, no coconuts, no fresh-flowing water, yet the opportunity to survive here, to gather prickly pear cactus, turtles, catch fish, gather eggs, catch small birds before they get their flight feathers. Makes survival here strangely more doable than in some tropical islands that are covered with palm trees. That's the irony of survival locations.
TV has made survival look like a recreation. And me being in this location may almost look like an adventure. But survival will always be survival. And by its very nature, it's a difficult and a miserable undertaking, not to be wished on anyone.
Well, that sure paid off well. Unbelievable. Worked perfect. Yeah. A little tiny thing like this, little idea, and I get myself a drink of rainwater. This island might not have any palm trees, no coconuts, no fresh running water, but it has eggs and turtles, prickly pear cactus by the ton that I can eat and live off of, and good fishing. You never know what you're going to get in survival. You get what you get, you deal with it, because survival is doing what you have to, or perishing.
Tropical island survival often exists in people's minds as a cliché. Yet it's the reference point for us all when we think of being marooned. And there are places where the coconuts fall in profusion and fresh water comes cascading down rock faces into aquamarine pools. But here a cactus replaced the coconut. And the flowing fresh water is actually a stagnant pool. Yet Grenada stands as a beautiful example of pure nature. And its islands are uniquely vibrant and rich in biodiversity. So why is it I always seek out the most difficult way to enjoy such powerfully beautiful places? Someday, I'll have to try being a tourist and just take pictures of turtles, rather than considering them my lunch in the name of survival.